Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. Today's reaction is not from one of my Patreons like usual, but I just wanted to show my appreciation for all of my followers and all of my supporters here on my YouTube channel by giving you more of what you've asked for. So I had a lot of requests for more Sia, and this was one of the songs that came up a lot in those requests. So Big Girls Cry by Sia. I can already tell you by the title that I'm gonna agree with her because I hate the term big girls don't cry. Of course we do. Everybody cries. Everybody feels. Everybody hurts. So I'm very excited to react to this. I loved her last song that I did, even though I wasn't really familiar with her at the time. I think I'm a fan now. So if you guys do want to make requests, I do always give priority to my Patreons. You can see what I'm up to with my mental health outreach, submit questions for my celebrity guests, request song reactions, chat with me on monthly video calls, ask me personal questions, and get monthly pictures, personalized pictures. So I will link that in the description below so you can check it out, see some of the things that I've been up to, some of our wins. I talked about this in my last video, but we saved a life with this channel, so it is worth going and looking at just to know what I'm up to and the different things that I am supporting. But without further ado, I'm really excited to get into this song. So here we go. Sia, Big Girls Cry. My inner child totally just went aw because I understand what she's trying to do here. When you have a mental disorder, for me it was BPD, but when you have a mental disorder, anxiety, depression, your emotions can change by the moment, your feelings can change by the moment, and even though we might not outwardly express like this is kind of what's going on in my mind a lot of the times, where it's just happy, sad, inner child, shadow. It's just cycling through a lot. So this is a really interesting take on showing that, on showing how the emotions change so drastically and how thoughts can change so drastically minute to minute. I like that. I wish more people realize that it isn't always about looking pretty. Sometimes your best, quote unquote, isn't going to be the perfectly made up, smiling, fake eyelashes, hair done, nice outfit. Sometimes that's not our 100%, that's not our best. And a couple videos ago, I ended up breaking down crying because my heart was breaking. So I really relate to that people tell us that if you're strong, you don't cry. And that's ridiculous because the people that don't cry are actually the ones that are just pushing it down and they're not dealing with their emotions, which, in my humble opinion, is kind of more of a sign of weakness because it shows that you're not capable of confronting those emotions. You're not capable of confronting the thoughts. And developing that capacity to do that, to me, shows much, much more strength. So even if I'm not pretty when I'm crying, and I'm not a pretty crier, it's makeup everywhere, red face, everything. Even if I'm not feeling pretty, I know I deserve to go through that, so. She looks exhausted. I do that when I'm really struggling. And sometimes it used to be I would check my phone for social media a lot. I'd check my phone for new updates and stuff. And if there was nothing, it would cause anxiety because I was looking for something to distract myself. Or I'd check my phone for a message from someone just because I wanted to feel like someone cared. And when there was nothing, my brain in that moment registered that as nobody cares about me. Even if I'd gotten a message several hours before it was in that moment, somebody should know that I'm hurting and somebody should know to message me. And I would feel alone and isolated and scared and just all around crappy because I thought that, if somebody cared, they would have messaged me in that exact moment. If someone cared, they would have been checking up, frequently, even if, like I said, they checked up several hours prior. My brain only registered the current moment, and my brain only registered the hurt I was feeling in that moment. So I checked my phone a lot, and then would be sad or disappointed when there was nothing at that time. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That. I want somebody to tell me when that part's over. Okay. I don't deal well with. Sorry, I don't deal well with anything that perpetuates hanging scenes and stuff. That really. Oh god. That triggers me a little, and that's kind of where that went. So I'm not sorry. I take that back. I'm so used to. Even I'm conditioned to saying I'm sorry when I feel something. But I just wanted to explain there. That's why that really was unsettling to me. But I noticed that the control shifted. Before it was her, or it seemed to be her changing her face and stuff, and then it seemed like someone else took control and was forcing her to put on different faces and to do these different things. And then in the end, that suffocates you. That kills you in many ways because you're constantly being something you're not, trying to appease other people. So that was powerful. Just a little much for me with the imagery. Did she say sorry? Because I feel like she did. Apologizing for. Yeah. Light. It looks like she's almost just not used to seeing the light. It's like she's not used to seeing that because the video was dark up until that last moment, and then she saw the light and seemed very surprised by it, which I get that because when I started coming out of the really bad parts of my depression after my survived suicide attempt, I felt like that it was just, holy God, there's light and there's happiness and there's another side to this. So I kind of found myself just going, ooh, a little bit. But I've never been really into, what's it called? Interpretive things like that. But because of the nature of this, that was really intense. That was very deep. That was very relatable for anybody that's struggling with mental health, because we feel like either we're doing it, we're forcing ourselves to put on another face or another action, do something else that we might not want to do. We're forcing ourselves to do that because a lot of the times we're just wanting to lay there and we're just wanting to kind of lay down and not exist and not have to function. But then we have other people coming along and putting all these obligations on us, whether it's the obligation to do something or be someone or play a role, or the obligation to smile because we feel like we don't want to burden them. or hurt them. So we put on another face. And then in the end, often that's what ends up killing us. So again, that imagery of her being pulled up like that was quite intense for me. I lost a friend to suicide that way, but also, as many of you know, the death of Chester Bennington hit me very hard. So I don't deal with depictions of death by hanging. So that's what that conjured in my head. So that was rough. But I really do love her voice. I know I said that last time, but I love her voice, and I love that even when she wasn't being over the top expressive, you could still see so much emotion in her eyes. And I think that that's very telling. And that's how I can look at someone and just say, they're struggling and they're putting on that mask. And I would just want to go over and hug them and say, you don't have to. You don't have to put on the mask. You could just, let's go talk. Let's just go sit down and talk. But am I the only one that just really feels like this is my inner, this is myself? If I had to depict myself, my inner workings, like Inside Out, the movie Inside Out, it would be something like this, where it's not just people casually talking in a room, it's just people going through random cycles of emotions and thoughts and feelings and all these things. There's really not, in my brain, any order to it a lot of the times, especially when I have a panic attack. This is actually probably more accurate to what it feels like when I'm having really bad anxiety or panic. It's just the okay, I'm okay, no, and I do cycle through emotions and thoughts pretty quickly. Or when I'm trying to go to sleep and I'm having one of the bouts of insomnia, kind of do the same thing where every thought and feeling in the world decides to hit you at that moment. Make sure to let me know in the comments what other songs, what other artists you want me to react to. Like I said, my Patreons do get priority, but I'm still very much wanting to show you guys that I'm listening. So I do reactions to the songs that you're requesting in the comments. I just don't have enough time to do all of them because I'm getting quite a few requests. So again, I will link my Patreon below, but make sure that you like and share this video. Share your comments share your story in the comments below so that we can continue having this conversation. That's how we shatter the mental health stigma. I love you guys so much. Mwah!